You know that feeling, right? If you've ever organized an event, you know that mix of pure excitement and, well, absolute chaos. You're trying to juggle a dozen different tools, track 100 different things, and just hope it all comes together. So, how do you actually turn that chaos into total, flawless control? Let's get into it.
Okay, just for a second, picture this. You're in charge of a massive college fest. We're talking more than 20 different events, coding competitions, workshops, a huge concert, and literally thousands of students. How on earth do you keep all of that from just spiraling out of control? That's the exact problem we're going to solve right now. I bet this looks familiar. If you're an organizer, you're probably wrestling with registrations on Google Forms, trying to track payments by looking at a folder full of screenshots, managing all your volunteers in a chaotic WhatsApp group. It's a mess, a total logistical nightmare. But what if it didn't have to be that way? Look, a successful event doesn't just happen on the day. It all starts way before the doors even open. It all comes down to having a solid pre-event playbook. This is where you lay all the groundwork to make sure things run smoothly for absolutely everyone.
First things first, you need a home base online. Instead of sending out dozens of different links, MakeMyPass gives your entire festival one single branded organization page. Seriously, think of it like your fest's official website. Every single event, workshop, and competition is listed right there. Professional, easy to navigate, and suddenly, all that communication chaos, gone.
But, a great event needs a great audience. And this is where you go from just taking registrations to actually doing smart marketing. You can give your campus ambassadors their own special links to see who's bringing in the most people. You can create early bird pricing to get that initial buzz going. You can even track your ads to see exactly what's working. It's all built in, so you're not just guessing anymore.
Events in the real world are complicated, right? You might need team registrations for your hackathon, or maybe combo tickets that bundle a workshop with the main concert. What happens when a session sells out? You need a waitlist. This platform handles all of that right out of the box. No custom coding, just the flexibility you actually need.
Now, as your team gets bigger, you can't have everyone seeing everything. That's where something called scoped permissions comes in. It's a really simple but super powerful idea. It just means giving the right access to the right people. Your finance team sees the revenue, but your volunteers, they only see the check-in list for their specific event. So you might be thinking, okay, but why is this such a big deal? I mean, for a small workshop, maybe it's fine. But what happens when you're running a massive fest with 50 different sub-events, and each one has its own team? This is the moment where organizers can finally take a deep breath and relax. It means your volunteers for the robotics event can't accidentally see the financial data for the pro show. It gets rid of all the confusion, prevents mistakes, and lets everyone on your team just focus on their one job. It's a game changer. All right, all the planning is locked in. Now it's the big day. This is where all that hard work really pays off, and you get to turn what could be chaos into a smooth, controlled, and really impressive experience for every single person who shows up. The first impression for any attendee is the line at the gate, and long lines are an absolute buzzkill. The process here is just so simple. Your attendee walks up, shows the QR code on their phone, a volunteer scans it with the app, and boom, they're in. The system instantly validates their ticket and crucially prevents anyone from using a duplicate or a shared screenshot. It's fast, it's secure, and it keeps the energy positive from the very start. And remember all those different ticket types we talked about? This is where they come to life. That single QR code scan instantly knows if that person has access to an exclusive workshop, the VIP lounge, or just general admission. It just works, making sure the right people get into the right places seamlessly. But a fest is so much more than just getting through the door, right? It's about the whole experience. The t-shirts, the food coupons, the goodies from sponsors. You can manage all of that with the same simple QR system. You'll never lose track of who's already picked up their merch or used their food pass. Everything is tracked in real time. No more guesswork. Getting the logistics right is the foundation. It's absolutely crucial. But at the end of the day, people don't remember perfect logistics. They remember the experiences. So once that foundation is solid, you can focus on creating those moments that people will be talking about for weeks. And here's something really, really cool. MakeMyPass actually has games built right in to get the crowd engaged. Hugo is this fun networking icebreaker, great for smaller groups. And then there's Quiz It, a massive live trivia game with leaderboards that can handle huge audiences. It's an amazing way to pump up the energy and give your sponsors a fun way to get their name on the big screen.
Speaking of huge audiences, just take a look at this number. Over 2,000.
Now, that's not a theoretical number. That's how many people have played a single Quizit game live, all at the same time. This isn't just a fun little add-on. It's a seriously robust platform that's been tested and built to handle a massive crowd. You can actually rely on it. The last band is played, the crowd is heading home. But your job isn't quite done. How you wrap up an event is just as important as how you started it. It's all about finishing strong and leaving a professional, lasting impression.
You know, for a lot of people, especially at college fests, getting that certificate of participation is a really big deal. But manually creating and sending hundreds of them, it's a total nightmare. Here, the entire process is automated. You can instantly send out personalized certificates to all your attendees, and even special ones for your volunteers, all with your own branding and sponsor logos.
And now let's talk about the question every single organizer has. When do I get my money? Well, the process is designed to be super fast and transparent. Within 1 to 3 days after the event ends, all the funds land in your secure wallet. From there, it's just one click to withdraw it straight to your bank account. Fast, simple, and secure.
So when you kind of zoom out and look at the whole thing, from the initial planning and marketing to managing the live event and all the way to the post-event wrap-up, a really clear picture starts to form.
This slide pretty much says it all, doesn't it? You go from the old way, this chaotic mess of different tools that don't talk to each other, to the MakeMyPass way. One single integrated dashboard. One system for everything. One source of truth for your entire event. And that really brings us to the main point here. This isn't just about selling tickets. It's about having a complete operating system that is designed from the ground up to run your entire event, from that very first idea all the way to the final thank you email. So really, the only question left to ask is this. As you start thinking about your next big event, whether it's a tech fest, a college gathering, or a professional summit, are you ready to finally trade all that chaos for complete confidence and control?